In the heart of an African village where the sun set in golden fire and the nights whispered through the trees, there lived a man named Daniel who loved his wife more than the world itself. To the villagers, Daniel and his wife Amina were the perfect couple. He worked tirelessly under the blazing sun, always returning home with a smile, carrying small gifts, sometimes fruit, sometimes flowers plucked by the riverside. To the outside world, their life was a picture of love, but behind the mud walls of their hut, a darker truth was beginning to grow. Daniel's love was pure, blind, and unshaken. But Amina's heart longed for something else, something forbidden. She felt trapped in the ordinary, yearning for excitement, for attention that made her feel alive. When a stranger arrived in the village, everything began to change. He was tall, mysterious, with eyes that carried hidden stories. No one knew where he had come from, but his presence unsettled the men and intrigued the women. Whispers spread quickly. He was dangerous, untrustworthy. But Amina was drawn to him like dry grass to fire. Daniel noticed nothing. He still trusted her every word, every smile, every gentle touch. But behind his back, lies were being woven. One night, when Daniel pretended to sleep, he overheard Amina whispering softly to someone outside. Her tone was different, sweeter, livelier than she ever spoke to him. And then came the name, not his but the stranger's. His heart pounded, but he kept silent, unwilling to believe the truth. Days passed, and Daniel's silence grew heavier. He noticed her eyes avoiding his, her sudden excuses, the glow on her face after vanishing for hours. Still he said nothing, hoping that love might bring her back. But Amina's heart had already gone. Worse, she had begun mixing strange powders into his meals, telling him they were for his health. Soon, Daniel grew weaker, his body failing, his nights restless. The villagers whispered that perhaps a curse had fallen on him. Yet Amina played the perfect wife, weeping in public, sitting by his side, holding his hand with trembling concern. Everyone pitied her, believed her tears, and not one soul suspected that she was the reason behind his slow decline. One evening, Daniel's mother visited. She was old, wise, and sharp-eyed. She noticed the way Amina handled the food, the way she fussed too much, almost as if she wanted to distract from something. She warned Daniel quietly, but he dismissed her words. "She loves me, mother," he whispered. "She is the reason I still breathe." Yet deep down, his heart trembled with doubt. That night, Daniel secretly avoided the food. He fed it to the loyal dog that guarded their home. By morning the dog was dead. The truth crashed over him like a storm. The woman he loved more than life itself was slowly killing him. Still, when he confronted her, Amina wept bitterly. She denied everything, turning her blame toward his mother, accusing her of jealousy, of planting lies to break them apart. Her performance was flawless. The villagers believed her, and Daniel stood alone, broken by her lies. But fate never keeps secrets forever. On a night when the moon glowed white and the air was heavy with silence, Daniel pretended to sleep again. This time, Amina spoke openly, her voice filled with passion for the stranger and cold hatred for the man lying beside her. She laughed as she confessed that soon Daniel would be gone, that all he owned would belong to her. She had no idea he was listening. By morning, Daniel knew what he had to do. Frail but determined, he gathered the villagers. His voice shook as he revealed the poisoned food, the dead dog, and the words he had heard in the night. Gasps rose from the crowd, their eyes turning to Amina. She tried again to cry, to act, to convince them, but the mask had slipped. The stranger was gone, leaving her alone. Her lies no longer held power. The village shunned her, dragging her away. For years the villagers told his story by the fireside. They spoke of the husband who loved too deeply, the wife who chose betrayal, and the night truth broke through the lies. They ended with a warning: not every tear is real, not every smile is true, and sometimes the ones closest to you can be the sharpest blade against your heart.